Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And it's the second Friday of September, and that means that Jennifer Hammond is here, our resident real estate expert, and just my flat out buddy and baby sis. I've adopted her. She's part of our family now. And we're going to talk about, hey, are you a real estate agent? You're trying to figure out how to go up that ladder to success? Well, the best way to get there is to talk to someone who can be your mentor. And she's here today. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Yeah, we're talking with my good friend, my buddy, and my recently adopted into the family sister, Jennifer Hammond, about how do you get to be one of the top agents in real estate in your area. Jennifer, are you out there?
Yay! I'm here.
How are you?
I am so fantastic and I'm so excited. I love helping brand new real estate agents become successful. Yay!
Yeah, I know you do. Okay. What is the 3 secrets to getting from here to here in the real estate business?
So number 1, to become successful as a real estate agent, you want to pick your niche. What is your niche in real estate? So for instance, let me give you some examples. Number 1, you may decide that you just love working with first-time home buyers, and that is your niche. Might be the thing. But that means you're also going to have to spend a lot of time educating first-time home buyers, and you'll help them maybe with grants or programs that are specialized for them. Or number 2, you might decide that you love helping people who are investors who work with short-term rentals. And so your niche is, you know, everything there is to know about that niche. Or like, for instance, one of the really successful ones out there is that you actually specialize with luxury real estate. So you understand the luxury market. You understand how you get your financing. You understand what people are looking for in that luxury market. Whatever it is that you really want to specialize in, you become that niche. For instance, in Washington, D.C., we have this, one of the guys who works with me as a real estate agent, he decided his niche was modern architecture. That's just what he loved. And so everything he specializes in is that modern architecture. He understands all the terms of the modern architecture. And then I have another gentleman who really loves the old world, the Victorians, the Queen Anne's, and he understands all of that. Ironically, you know, he has a law degree and he has a PhD in architecture. I mean, he has a lot of degrees. But he ended up spending his whole life in real estate. And it's just because he's so passionate about these old historic homes. And so that's his niche. So each person, you need to find whatever you are passionate about. You know, like the old saying, do what you love and you'll always love what you do.
And you never work a day in your life kind of a thing. Yeah, exactly. I do what I love, but I work every day. I'm just saying. Let me ask you. So they also say you get stuck in a niche. So should you be open, or did you know, once you get into that niche, if it's, we just finished last month, we talked about short-term rentals. If you're a real estate agent that's specializing in short-term rentals, but now, you know, the market is changing. We talked a couple of months ago about changing markets, and short-term rentals is not the cash cow that it used to be, quote unquote. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but quote unquote. Should you be stuck in that and you're going to get just like, people are like, oh no, you can't go talk to Bob because that's all he knows? Or should you find that next niche and move on and expand your growth?
I think it always about life is, you know, I talk about every neighborhood is either getting better or getting worse. And as the same for us, we're either getting better or we're getting worse. And that means that, you know, I hate to say, but like our habits, our eating habits, whether we're going to the gym and exercising, but also our passion for life. passion for our relationships and our friendships, and especially in business, you have to be excited about what you're doing and be ready to keep learning, because everything is going to change. And so definitely be ready to change. Your niche maybe when you first got in was first time home buyers. But as you
Right.
grew and you became a little more sophisticated, and maybe you decided to become a real estate investor and you started working with real estate investors as well because you love doing it. So you loved helping other people find those deals. So then you shifted to something. So make sure the key to this of being successful as a real estate agent is finding a niche that you love, but also a niche where you're also comfortable shifting and changing, because as you just said, the market changes, you need to be able to change with the market and your people. Like for instance, when I got in, I was in my 20s when I got in the real estate market, and so most of the people were my single friends. And then as I got, into my 30s and my 40s, I also had lots of my friends who were getting married, and now they need a completely different kind of real estate. They need a bigger house.
Mhm.
They're, merging two different families. They're having kids. They're looking at schools, and
Their
it's different.
mother's moving in.
And now, as you say, and then they get to their next, stage of life, and mothers are moving in, and children are coming back from college, and they have so much student loan debt that they're moving back in with you.
I have a friend right now that literally downsized because they were empty nesters for 2 years and they were like, that's it. We're empty nesters. So they've downsized, bought a condo, and then one of the kids came back, and now another one wants to come back. So now they're looking to upsize all over again. It's hilarious. Okay, so the first niche, before we run out of time, because Alan, don't play with that clock.
I
So
know.
first niche or first secret is know your niche. What's number 2?
Number 2, you need to build your yay team. And that's for you, not only the people that are going to surround you, like who are you going to recommend as a lender to your clients? Who is it that you're going to recommend as an accountant? Because you might have like 3 or 4 different people, depending on whether it's a real estate investor or somebody who's just a home buyer. So again, you need to have contractors. So that whole yay team, the people that will literally help you say yay every day, it's so important that you build that yay team so that you have that to give out, because then guess what? You become a valuable resource to your clients, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because they can go to one place and not have to try to figure it out and expect. I mean, buying real estate can be stressful for me especially. It's like being able to just go to Jennifer. I'm so happy she's part of our family, and I can say, hey, I'm thinking about blah blah blah. Even though you're not licensed in Nevada, you can point me in the right direction, and that's always awesome to have. Okay, so what's number 3? What's the third secret to being a top real estate agent?
Communication. It is so
Ah,
key, is communicating. And so it's also how asking people, how would you prefer to be communicated? Would you rather a text message? Would you rather an email? Would you rather a phone call? And
whew,
understanding, number one, the method is key, but also the fact that when problems come up, what do people do? They usually kind of start to retract, and then they don't want to talk about it. Like there's a problem with the home inspection, there's a problem with the lender. So the number one thing you need to do is be somebody who can communicate even when times are rough. And you may need to take classes and you may need coaching on how to communicate through tough times, how to make sure you get paid as a real estate agent. You have to be able to communicate when people are looking to, take away your commission or take away how you're getting paid. You have to be able to get when things are going and they're falling through. And we talked about this a while ago about a shifting market. And so if you were a buyer and there were multiple offers and you were the one who lost, how do you talk to your clients when they've lost and they've lost and they've lost? Or how do you communicate with somebody who you're selling and it's an estate sale and their mom just died and they're
mm,
selling their precious memories of this property that has held all of this precious stuff? How do you communicate through this? So one of the
yeah.
keys to being a successful real estate agent is learning to be very, very good at communicating good times, bad times, heartful times, happy times, but also the really stressful times.
And you also got to build trust, right? I mean, you got to
Yeah.
be, your doctor, your dentist, your real estate agent, people that are part of your private life that get you through your private life. And real estate's really important. We need roofs over our heads, people. Come on. So you got to be able to build trust as well, right? That's got to be a major one. Maybe that's number 4. I just changed the title of your book. We got to change it to number 4.
Well, and I was going to say coaching is number 5 too, but
Yeah.
it is really important. Trust is really one of the most important things that you have, because if you don't have trust, you're not going to be able to talk about money, talk about finances, talk about their future. And again, if you don't have trust, like I've had people who sat down with me and said, okay, my family's changing. We're about to get a divorce. And you're the first person that we've told. Like, we haven't told any of our friends. We haven't told our family. We haven't told anybody. We wanted to tell you first. And it's like you have to have had that position of trust where they'll come to you and tell you that so that you can help them understand, well, it's okay. We can sell this house, but it's going to be better if we do it in the spring, or it's going to be better, and be able to be that confidant where they can talk to you and feel safe with you, as well as somebody who might be a first time home buyer and they're not sure if they have enough money to buy, and maybe somebody who had a loss, they had a bankruptcy or a foreclosure, and now they're trying to get back out there and they want to, but they feel ashamed or vulnerable about their finances. And you have to be able to trust somebody. So trust is definitely, I think we should add that on. 4 is you need to be able to build trust with people. Very important.
And then coaching, mentorship.
And then coaching.
We could go on and on.
Yeah.
Wow, we could go on and on. And of course, the 1 minute timer went by. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Time flies. All right, my buddy, my friend, my sis, how do they find you? Where do they go to find you? What's going on? How do we get in touch?
So the website is jenniferjhammond.com. So Jennifer and then Hammond.com. And then social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it, all of them, Jennifer J. Hammond. And then, of course, on your links as well, I have all sorts of free resources because I love to give away information that'll help you make good decisions in real estate.
You are the best. You know, you are our one VIP expert that's with us every month, and you always share great information. And in this new economy that we're going into, this new real estate markets across the country and the world that we're going into, you are so valuable to us. And I want to thank you so much for trusting us with your branding, your message, and being able to put that out there every month. You are the best.
You are awesome, Tigo. It is such a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for including me every month. And I'm always here at your service. You just call on me and I'll be there in a New York minute. Anything for you, Tigo.
That's my little sis. That's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time. And remember, go to Tigo Direct if you didn't get to write it down. Go to Tigo Direct, type in real estate, type in Jennifer. Her information will come up. You can send her a message and she will reach out to you, I promise. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, I'm Tigo, and I'll talk to you next time.